Ancient Greece, a land steeped in myth and legend where gods walked among men and heroes were born. This was a place of extraordinary beauty, with its sun-drenched landscapes, azure coastlines and majestic mountains. But beyond its natural splendor, Greece was a cradle of civilization, a beacon of human achievement, a land of dazzling beauty. The Greek countryside, with its rolling hills and fertile valleys, was a testament to nature's artistry. The coastline, with its crystal-clear waters and rugged cliffs, was a sight to behold. And the architecture, from the grand temples to the humble homes, reflected the ingenuity and creativity of its people, a civilization of unparalleled brilliance. The Parthenon stood as a symbol of Athens' glory, a testament to the city's architectural prowess. The statues of philosophers like Socrates, Plato and Aristotle reminded us of the intellectual legacy that Greece bequeathed to the world. The temples dedicated to gods and goddesses were places of worship and wonder. Yet, beneath the surface, tensions simmered. The idyllic facade of Greek life masked a reality of conflict and strife. Dark clouds loomed over the cities, hinting at the turmoil that lay ahead. The ruins of once great structures bore silent witness to the destructive power of war. Soldiers, ever vigilant, prepared for the battles that would shape their destiny. Two titans dominated this world, Athens and Sparta. Athens, with its bustling cityscape, was a hub of commerce, culture and democracy. Sparta, with its rigorous training grounds, was a society built on discipline, strength and military prowess. These two city-states, so different in their values and way of life, were destined to clash. Their rivalry would shake the very foundations of Greece. The battles between Athens and Sparta were not just physical confrontations, they were ideological wars. Each side believed in the superiority of its way of life and was willing to fight to prove it. The fields of Greece became the stage for epic struggles that would be remembered for centuries. Athens, the vibrant heart of democracy and culture. The marketplace was a hive of activity, where merchants traded goods and ideas flowed freely. The theatre was a place of storytelling and drama, where the human condition was explored in all its complexity. Philosophers debated the nature of existence, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and thought. Sparta, the disciplined warrior society. From a young age, Spartan boys were trained to be soldiers, instilled with the values of loyalty, courage and endurance. The statues of Spartan warriors stood as reminders of their martial prowess. Their armor and weapons were not just tools of war, but symbols of their way of life. Their values clashed like thunder and lightning. The democratic ideals of Athens were in stark contrast to the authoritarian regime of Sparta. This ideological divide was as powerful and unpredictable as a lightning storm, with each side believing in the righteousness of its cause. The clashes between their soldiers were fierce and unrelenting, echoing the divine conflicts depicted in their myths. One championed freedom of thought, the other unwavering obedience. In Athens, the democratic assembly was a place where citizens could voice their opinions and shape the future of their city. Education was highly valued, with students learning from the great thinkers of the time. In Sparta, the focus was on obedience and discipline, with soldiers trained to follow orders without question. This was not just a rivalry, it was a battle for the soul of Greece. The soldiers who faced each other on the battlefield were fighting for more than just territory. They were fighting for their way of life. The dramatic landscapes, with storm clouds gathering overhead, reflected the gravity of their struggle. The ruins of ancient cities stood as reminders of the cost of this conflict. It was a fundamental clash of ideologies. The debates among philosophers in Athens were not just academic exercises, they were discussions about the very nature of society and governance. In Sparta, the training grounds were not just places of physical preparation. They were arenas where the values of the state were instilled in its citizens. The dramatic paintings of gods in conflict mirrored the human struggles playing out on Earth. A clash that would have profound consequences. The Peloponnesian War, a protracted and devastating conflict, would leave Greece weakened and vulnerable. The aftermath of the battles was a landscape of destruction and loss. The historical maps showed the shifting territories and alliances, a testament to the far-reaching impact of this war. The legacy of this clash would shape the course of history, influencing the development of Western civilization for centuries to come. Athens, with its bustling port of Piraeus, ruled the waves. This ancient port was the lifeline of the city, a hub of activity where ships from all over the Mediterranean docked, bringing in goods, ideas and people. The port was a testament to Athenian naval prowess and economic strength. Their triremes, sleek and deadly, patrolled the Aegean Sea. These warships, with their 3 rows of oars, were the pride of the Athenian navy. They were not just instruments of war, but symbols of Athenian dominance. The sight of these triremes on the horizon was enough to instill fear in the hearts of their enemies. Trade flowed into Athens, bringing wealth and prosperity. The markets were filled with goods from distant lands, from spices and silks to precious metals and exotic animals. This influx of wealth allowed Athens to flourish, funding public works, temples, and the arts. Democracy flourished in Athens, a system where citizens had a voice in the governance of their city. Citizens debated in the agora, the heart of the city. Here, ideas were exchanged and policies were shaped. The agora was not just a marketplace, but a center of intellectual and political life. Philosophers, politicians, and ordinary citizens gathered to discuss and debate, shaping the future of their city. They believed in the power of the individual, the importance of education and art. The Athenians valued knowledge and creativity, fostering an environment where philosophy, science, and the arts could thrive. Great thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle walked the streets of Athens, their ideas influencing generations to come. But Athens' power, its very success, bred resentment. The city's dominance over the Aegean and its wealth created envy and anger among other Greek city-states. Athens' influence extended far and wide, and many felt oppressed by its control. Other city-states, forced to pay tribute, chafed under Athenian dominance. A storm was brewing. The tributes demanded by Athens were seen as a heavy burden, and the resentment grew. Alliances were formed and whispers of rebellion spread through the land. A storm that would soon engulf the Greek world. The tension reached a boiling point, leading to conflicts that would change the course of history. The Peloponnesian War was on the horizon, a war that would test the strength and resolve of Athens and its rivals, reshaping the ancient Greek world forever. Sparta, a landlocked city-state in the Peloponnese. Here life was simple, austere. Discipline reigned supreme. From the moment of birth, Spartans trained for war. They were masters of the phalanx, a fearsome wall of shields and spears. Their loyalty to Sparta was absolute, their courage unquestioned. Sparta viewed Athens' growing power with suspicion. They saw Athenian democracy as weak, undisciplined. They believed that strength came from unity and obedience. A seemingly minor trade dispute, but this act of Athenian aggression proved to be a fatal misstep. Megara, a city-state allied with Sparta, found itself economically strangled by Athens. This was a direct challenge to Sparta and its allies. The delicate balance of power began to tip. War, once unthinkable, now loomed on the horizon. Thebes, a powerful city-state in Boeotia, saw an opportunity to strike at Athens. They launched a surprise attack on Plataea, a small city allied with Athens. This act of aggression could not be ignored. Athens swore to defend its ally. The die was cast. The Peloponnesian War had begun. Pericles, the brilliant Athenian statesman, knew that Athens could not defeat Sparta on land. He devised a daring strategy. Abandon the countryside, bring the population within the city walls. Athens, protected by its powerful navy, would wait out the Spartan invasion. It was a gamble that would have dire consequences. The Spartans, under their king Archidamus, invaded Attica, the land surrounding Athens. They ravaged the countryside, hoping to draw the Athenians into battle. But a new enemy emerged, plague. It swept through the crowded city, killing indiscriminately. Pericles himself succumbed to the disease. Athens, once a beacon of hope, now faced despair. The war raged on for years. Athens, despite its losses, fought back with ferocity. There were victories and defeats on both sides. The war spread throughout Greece, drawing in more and more city-states. Neither side could deliver a decisive blow. The conflict became a war of attrition, a slow, grinding struggle that drained the strength of both Athens and Sparta. After decades of conflict, Sparta emerged victorious. The Spartan warriors, known for their discipline and military prowess, had finally subdued their longtime rivals. Their victory was celebrated with grand festivities, marking a significant turning point in Greek history. Athens, once the preeminent power in Greece, was defeated and humiliated. The city that had been the cradle of democracy and culture now lay in ruins. Its soldiers, once proud and invincible, were now a symbol of defeat. The fall of Athens marked the end of an era, a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of power and glory. The Peloponnesian War had reshaped the Greek world. The once unified city-states were now fragmented and weakened. The political landscape of Greece was forever altered, with new alliances forming and old ones dissolving. The war had not only changed the map, but also the very fabric of Greek society. But victory came at a heavy price. The Spartans, though triumphant, were left exhausted and depleted. The cost of war was evident in the weary faces of the soldiers and the devastated landscapes of their homeland. The triumph was bittersweet, overshadowed by the immense loss and suffering. Greece lay exhausted, its cities in ruins, its people decimated. The war had taken a toll on every aspect of life. Families were torn apart, economies were shattered, and the once thriving cities were now mere shadows of their former selves. The scars of war were visible everywhere, a stark reminder of the conflict's devastating impact. The war had left an indelible mark. The physical and emotional scars would take generations to heal. Monuments and artifacts bore the signs of destruction, serving as a testament to the horrors endured. Yet, amidst the ruins, there was a glimmer of hope, a determination to rebuild and rise from the ashes. It was a cautionary tale of the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition and the enduring power of human resilience. The story of Greece's rise and fall serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility of power and the strength of the human spirit. Despite the immense challenges, the people of Greece began to rebuild, driven by a resilient spirit and a hope for a better future. The new Greece that emerged from the ashes was a testament to their enduring strength and determination. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like, subscribe and share this video. Your support helps us bring more fascinating stories to life. Thank you for watching.